Good evening, everybody. Oh, I got something new to play for you. Well, wait for some people to hop in. Hope you like it. So that was an intro somebody made for me, and if they want their name out there on it, I'll have to ask them before I give out the name. But pretty cool. Um, they've already they've already released the update for today at 10 o'clock Ukraine time, which would be 8 hours ago. So, as of 8 hours ago, the Defense Forces are directing efforts to disrupt the execution of Russian invaders' offensive plans and exhaust their combat potential. Since the beginning of the day, there have been 146 combat clashes, 59 airstrikes, and 88 drop bombs, 602 kamikaze drones, and 3,700 artillery strikes. Hey, Blonde. Hey, Sally. So, this is why I started doing this, because, like, nobody seems to realize how many attacks are being carried out in Ukraine every day. And these numbers are just mind boggling because we don't hear about them. So let's break it down to where they break it down to where they're at. So let's go through here. In the Kharkiv direction, Russian terrorists once successfully stormed the position of Ukrainian units in the Tukri region. So they're unsuccessfully stormed. So they got pushed back. Tukri. Actually, let's do this on Google Maps. I don't know where that is. So up here in the north, right by the Russian border. So we go to Deep State. And it should be in this area somewhere. I don't think it's on the deep state. I don't think it is on the deep state map. Um, see if I can find it. Okay, so the road that comes in and directly over. Okay, so the road that comes in directly north. Okay, so it should be like right in this area. Okay, it's not showing it on Deep State. At least I'm not. My brain's not seeing it. So, anyways, yeah. But did you realize there was almost 4,000 artillery shells every day? 59 airstrikes. Before I started reading these, I didn't realize there was that many attacks. Um, you know, this translation isn't the greatest. Google Translate. Yeah. So it's not that I'm not saying we don't know that there's attacks. I just don't think I don't think the general population knows the scale of the attacks that are going on. That's why I started doing this, and it's like if I can get the word out even a little bit and wake people up to how much there really is. So they're talking about one attack in Turkey region, but there also is 21 times the enemy attacked fortifications in the Kupiansk direction near Petropavlika, Stepova, Novoselivka, Kolinselivka, Lvoza, Kriskivka. At 8 hours ago, 9 of those clashes were still going in Stepova, Novoselivka, Kriskivka, Petropavlika, Kolinskukivka. I got that wrong, but I was close. 7 attacks. I'm guessing 7 of these 9 attacks are being repelled by Ukrainian soldiers. No, because they list different cities. So 7 more attacks are being repelled by Ukraine in Grivka, Nomokolivka, Terny, Zakrinu, in Leminsky area. 12 enemy assaults were stopped near Makova, Novosedavo, Novizhny, Belogorivka, and Katrinivka. So this is talking about Limansky area, yeah. So here's Cherney. Katerinivka, Novomilivka. So in this area, 7 enemy attacks. No offensive actions in Seversk direction, but they did launch an airstrike on Yasnohorivka. In the Kramatorsk direction, 5 attempts by the invaders to advance near. Oh, yeah. I'm getting better at these names. I really am. I promise. Blonde, don't worry about misspelling. I have freaking dyslexia, so I read it wrong anyways. Anyways, Kramatorsk, 5 attempts of invaders to advance near Klevnivka, Chasovoy Yar, Ivanovsky, Stupovsky ended in failure. 2 clashes are still ongoing. In the Torets direction, occupiers stormed the Torisk area 13 times today. Fighting continues in 7 locations. The enemy is pressing, trying to advance. So Toretsk, if I remember correctly, I'm going to cheat again. One of the reasons why I want to do this is so I can learn where these places are. So this is a learning thing for me too. So Donetsk Oblast near Horlivka. Okay. So here we go, in Toretsk direction. So they're talking about this town right here. Let's go back a day. So yeah, Deep State hasn't even caught up to this. But 13 attacks in fighting continue, and I'm not sure if that's the correct translation, if it's 7 locations or several. Let me turn off. Okay, several locations, not 7 locations. So yeah, just this one city, 13 attacks. We're getting into the bulge here, Petrovsk, and you'll see the numbers go way up. The enemy is the enemy is intensively attacking the Ukrainian defenders in the Pokrovsky direction. During the day, in total, he carried out 19 assault and offensive actions. Russian occupiers are most active in Selebodoy, Mirnograd, and Lisavika. According to preliminary calculations, today our soldiers eliminated 126 and injured 182 occupiers. Several armored combat vehicles, 10 vehicles, 9 motorcycles were destroyed. Also damaged were 4 tanks, 6 armored fighting vehicles, 4 vehicles, and 1 BM-21 Grad anti-aircraft gun. And what they're talking about is Solodoy, Mirnograd, Lipsky. So Mirnograd. Okay, what were the names again? Yvonne? No. Solodoy and Lipsky. Okay, I don't see the other towns they're talking about, but Mirnograd is here. You notice the spelling is different because, like I said, Google's not the best translator. Oh, here's Levitsky. Here's Solodoy. So, just in this area, 19 attacks. At this time of day, there are 32 combat clashes in the Kharkiv direction. The terrorists, with support of aviation, tried to advance in the areas. I'm going to skip over saying a lot of these names. Herniki, Korokova, Gregivka, Katrinivka, Antonivka. 2 skirmishes are still ongoing. 32 clashes in Kharkiv. Kharkiv is this. So they're talking about all these little towns right in here. And that was 32 attacks just in this one area in one day. Thanks, Sally. I appreciate you doing that. I'm going to have to look this place up because I haven't ran into that before. In the Vyrominsk direction during the day, 8 attacks by enemy units were repulsed. Bogoryavlivka, Rivnopol, and Novo-Ukrainsky settlements. 7 battles were fought in Novodorika, actively using aviation. So let's see if I can really spot this quickly. I cannot. Okay. So they're talking about like right in here. Novodorivka, Rivnopol. So a decent number of attacks in this area. 8 attacks by the enemy in that area. But it kind of gives you an idea of how they're talking about this area here between Volodar and over to here. We're talking about 8 attacks in this big area, and there's 32 attacks in this little square. Enemy did not conduct offensive operations in Orikhiv and Gulipil directions. That's right near the Dnieper River. 3 enemy assaults failed along the Dnieper River. In Kursk, enemy aviation continues to attack its territory with guided aerial bombs. 16 airstrikes using 21 bombs were known. No significant changes in other directions. Today we celebrate Ukrainian soldiers from the 35th Separate Brigade of Marines, named after Rear Admiral Mykola Ostrogradsky, who steadfastly restrained the onslaught of overwhelming enemy forces at the front. Let's beat the enemy and bring our victory closer. Slava Ukraina. So that's the update for today from the operational information directly from ZCU, Armed Forces of Ukraine. This is their official website, their official news. And there's tons of good stories on here, and they do several updates throughout the day. Let's take a look at the yesterday's, because yesterday's was not put out before when I did my stream last night. So yesterday, 114 combat clashes. Lumansky, Prokrovsky, and Kudryavtsev directions. So again, yesterday the hottest areas were Kudryavtsev, Prokrovsk, and Liman. Um, Yesterday, the enemy launched 4 missile strikes with 15 missiles, 45 airstrikes using 75 KAB. Switch that to Ukrainian. Oh, they're Kinzels. Okay. 635 kamikaze drones and 3,400 artillery strikes. So it sits there and tells you enemy losses in the direction of the Kharkiv direction. 63 killed and wounded, 3 artillery systems destroyed, 2 armored fighting vehicles, a helicopter, 14 drones, and 4 cars. Also damaged 3 more artillery systems, 4 cars, and 2 units of special equipment. Kupiansk was attacked 12 times. Lumansky was attacked 30 times. Kramatorsk 7 times. Torets direction 7 times. 18 times in Pokrovsk. Oh, nice. So in Pokrovsk yesterday, they got 12 artillery systems, 2 units of Grad self-propelled rocket launchers, 4 armored combat vehicles, and 11 cars. 6 BBMs and 5 units of the 5 more vehicles were damaged. So this is taken out, and then down here is damaged: 3 grenade launchers, 6 BBMs, and 5 more vehicles. Kharkiv, you know, here. Kharkiv attacked 15 times yesterday. Bryansk 9 times. 2 attacks in Orikhiv. In Dnieper, along the Dnieper River where the reservoir used to be, they attacked 4 times. And yesterday they honored the soldiers of the 3rd Assault Brigade and the 414th Separate Regiment of Unmanned Attack Aircraft Systems, so drone operators. So that was the information from yesterday. Just went through it kind of quickly because we already did the main for today. But definitely worth going here and checking out their other stories. And here, let me just give you a link in chat. So that's ZCU website. You can get video media from requests from them, stuff like that, but they put out, and this isn't like radicalized or socialized, or I don't know how to say it. This isn't fluffed up information for the news. This is kind of like after action reports. Hey, Blue. But they do some like typical news, like, oh, how logistics is a key component. But no, this is just the AAR for the day. Sometimes they're really spot on, like today getting this out. Other times, like this didn't come out until a few hours ago. Oh, I know Zelensky put out some information today, so Ella. It is important week of meetings with our friends in Europe, largest defense donors, and also strategic region of the Balkans. He doesn't just put out in Ukrainian. It takes him some time, obviously. Here it is in Ukrainian. Here's the story in English in subtitles. But what I think is really cool.
Бажаю здоров'я, шановні українці, українки. Важливий тиждень зустрічі з нашими друзями в Європі, найбільші оборонні донори, і ще стратегічний регіон Балкан та загалом Південно-Східної Європи. Сьогодні Берлін, перемовини з канцлером Шольцем, щойно зустріч з президентом Штайнмаєром, буде новий оборонний пакет для України. Бажаю здоров'я, шановні українці, українки. Важливий тиждень зустрічі з нашими друзями в Європі, найбільші оборонні донори, і ще стратегічний регіон Балкан та загалом Південно-Східної Європи. Сьогодні Берлін, перемовини з канцлером Шольцем, щойно зустріч з президентом Штайнмаєром, буде новий оборонний пакет для України від Німеччини. Я дякую особливо за допомогу системами ППО. В цьому Німеччина безумовний лідер підтримки. Я дякую за ще одну IRIS-T. Ми обговорили з канцлером, якою буде підтримка в цьому році і в наступному. Для нас дуже важливо, щоб обсяг допомоги від Німеччини залишався сталим. І це буде сигналом, що і шлях до миру, попри все, буде впевнений. Обговорили, як більше консолідувати світ для наближення миру. Поінформував президента Штайнмаєра про нашу роботу з партнерами і те, як ми можемо додати сили позиціям України, щоб вся Європа від цього виграла. Сьогодні ж вранці у Ватикані провів зустріч з папою Римським Франциском і держсекретарем кардиналом Пароліном. Дуже чутливе питання для України, для багатьох сімей в Україні – звільнення з російського полону наших людей. Воїни і цивільні, діти і дорослі, тисячі українців і України. І вчора стало відомо про загибель в російському полоні української журналістки Вікторії Рощиної. Мої співчуття рідним. Але вона була у списках на обмін. І дуже важко вести цю роботу, підштовхувати обміни. І саме тому потребуємо спеціальної допомоги, зокрема, зусиль Ватикану. І ми домовилися, що Україна передасть список журналістів, які зараз в полоні в Росії. І ми обговорили детально повернення цивільних, повернення.
Okay, I wanted to stop that for a second because that's something I did not know about until just now. That apparently a female Ukrainian reporter was killed in Russian captivity yesterday. I'm gonna have to look into that more. And of course, still talking about the children deported. There's tens of thousands of Ukrainian children still in Russia.
Депортованих дітей, і ми сподіваємось на підтримку. Ми готуємо на цей місяць зустрічі в Канаді саме по цьому пункту формули миру щодо гуманітарних питань. Я запросив Ватикан взяти участь і тут, в Німеччині, і вчора за один день одразу в 3 країнах – Британія, Франція, Італія. Я представив лідерам Європи наш план перемоги. Прем'єр-міністру Стармеру, президенту Макрону, главі уряду Італії Джорджі Мелоні і сьогодні в розмові з Олафом. Всі деталі нашої стратегії наближення миру, геополітичні, військові, економічні. Пояснили в Лондоні, яка далекобійність зараз потрібна і яке наше бачення, щоб зміцнити фронт. І дуже хороша розмова була з Еммануелем. І Франція багато в чому вже допомогла нам об'єднати інших партнерів. Зараз розраховуємо саме на таке лідерство. Італія дуже принципова позиція Джорджії, чітке розуміння наших мотивів, потреб Європи. Я дякую Олафу за сьогоднішню нашу розмову. Всі деталі у Німеччині є і щодо воєнних аспектів, і щодо геополітичних та економічних. І ми повинні діяти разом, і кожен, хто має необхідну силу, необхідний вплив, щоб гарантувати надійний мир, щоб примусити Росію до миру. Але діяти треба зараз, цими місяцями. Посилити наших хлопців на фронті, посилити наші спільні позиції. І тепер на рівні команд ми будемо працювати з партнерами в Європі, щоб максимально наповнити кожен запланований крок. І цей наш план має привести до дієвого другого саміту миру, щоб війна завершилась, щоб це було справедливе, чесне завершення війни. І ще одне. Я вдячний Хорватії, усім партнерам на Балканах та в регіоні Південно-Східної Європи за вже 3-й наш саміт. Цей формат, який допомагає берегти європейську єдність. Я дякую всім за підтримку формули миру і формату саміту миру. Я впевнений, що план перемоги, якщо партнери дійсно рішучо будуть з нами, стане надійним мостом між ситуацією зараз і миром, якого ми всі так прагнемо. Я дякую всім, хто з України. Я пишаюся нашими людьми. Світ з Україною вже 3-й рік цієї війни. Бо наші люди, саме люди, такі, мільйони українців, вони заслуговують на підтримку. Слава Україні!
Героям слава. I want to back this up for 1 minute.
Пишаюся нашими людьми. Світ з Україною вже 3-й рік цієї війни. Бо наші люди, саме люди, такі, як ось будуть з нами, стане 3-й наш саміт, цей формат, який допомагає берегти європейську єдність. Я дякую всім за підтримку формули миру і формату саміту миру. Я впевнений, що план перемоги, якщо партнери дійсно рішучо будуть з нами, стане надійним мостом між...
Okay, I'm not going to be able to find this because it was... But in there he said he wanted to thank everybody that stands with Ukraine. That's you. Zelensky is thanking you guys. When's the last time you had a president of a country thank you? Well, now you can say it was today. I gotta find where he says that. Oh, shoot. I hate doing this on live. Okay, mute. Common positions. You know what? I don't need to find it in the video. I thank everyone who stands with Ukraine. That's, like I said, that's me, that's you, that's other YouTubers, guys on TikTok, uh, Facebook, there's people on Twitch, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. You know, that's Dennis Davidoff. Some lady I never heard of, she can be deleted. Mediator. Deep State. Of course, ZCU. Rick. Now, my friends in Kiev. He's thanking everybody who stands with Ukraine. I may be sitting here in a chair, but I stand with Ukraine. So I think that's a very, very important message from Zelensky today. Ooh. I just wanted to pause this. I didn't want that playing anymore. But you want to see it in Ukrainian? I'm going to copy that, paste that in chat for you, for everybody to. Thank you, everyone who stands with Ukraine. Yeah. I I don't know what else to say from that. You know, you can see right here who I support and follow on Telegram. K52. Great videos, great stories. Third Assault. Again, great stories, updates from the front. I just wish they'd do some longer format videos. You know, all of them are about a minute or two or less. So I want to pull up this picture. Open image in new tab. You know, guy holding the gas can. Or gas nozzle, whatever you want to call it. That's probably the most important person in the military. You don't have fuel, you don't go anywhere. So just to, it doesn't say his name or anything, but I just thought that was important to point out. Logistics, like in the U.S. Military, there's 5 people doing logistics for every frontline fighter. That was, well, the last time I read that was a couple years back, but so you should definitely go check out the DCU website. There's a lot of good information on there. Um, I've seen them. I've seen the loss charts. I try not to pay attention to them too much. Oh, hey, Ali, I just saw you. Um, Mainly because those are not accurate. Um, they're usually based off of preliminary results, and you don't know if that, like the one I see from Kiev Independent, you don't know if that's KIA or wounded or what. So, okay, yeah, like 600,000 is getting close to or something like that. This, okay, they don't have it on there. It's probably on their Twitter feed. So, while you guys got me here, is there anything that you want me to look up? Want me to get some details on? Slovakia is expanding their base for repairing Ukrainian hardware. Nice. Um, I know where to get it, but I closed Discord. So there's a Ukrainian Discord that I'm not going to show on stream, but I can pull up the information if I could. There we go. So yeah, that's not a good number. And some of you may remember 2 years ago, I was saying, Russia's not even going to consider peace until that number hit 500,000. So it's over 500,000 now. And, reading through the news here, I think they're putting out the information from yesterday. Because they're talking about 4 tanks damaged. Seven are, they go through some of the casualty reports in these updates, and these numbers look like the numbers from yesterday instead of today's. But it's saying today. So that might have been like as of last night's report. Um, Putin has a hard wall he's going to be coming up against soon. Um, okay, get kind of technical here. This this is a demographic chart for Russia. And you can see out, in, out, in, out, in. And this is the fighting age, military service age group. And you see there's not it's it's a steep decline in their population because World War II, this dip, and then this dip collides with this generation dipping, and then you know, these are the children of this bulge. These are the children of this bulge. These are the children of this bulge. And you can already see the number of children is dropping. So he's going to have to make a choice of whether he wants Ukraine or wants a population. This deep decrease in birth rate is why he's instituted like the heroine of Russia for having 10 kids. He's like, they're offering $10,000, well, the equivalent of 10,000 US dollars to mothers that have 10 kids or more, payable when their 10th kid each is 1 year of age. And if you literally have to bribe your population to be baby factories, now I'm not saying other nations are not in as big a predicament, but 20 to 30, that's the age you're supposed to have kids and start a family and raise a family. But you also have to realize, like, right around here is the age where higher education stopped in Russia. It was like 30 years ago, their higher education, 91. Mid 90s, when the Soviet Union collapsed, their education system beyond, like high school collapsed. So they have no high education population after these people retire. And then that's 5 more years. But see if I can, no, it won't let me. Okay. So they have this bulge here. If this war continues into where these people become military age, it's not going to be good for Ukraine because they'll be fighting more people. But if Russia meat waves this bulge, this population bulge, Russia has no future after that. So Putin's going to have to make a decision within the next year or two of whether he wants a population or he wants Ukraine. Well, I was sitting there reading one story where this lady kept getting pregnant and marrying soldiers that were being sent off to Ukraine, and she's gotten like 6 payouts for death benefits now, and is pushing close to getting those 10 kids. I mean, that's pretty bad when that's the career choice for women in Russia right now. But yeah, Russian demographics were not looking good before. They're not looking good now, and they're getting worse. And that's even if you can trust these numbers. Yeah, this is July of last year. Yeah. For contrast, let's go USA demographic pyramid. Won't let me open that one. Wikipedia, that won't let me open it. This is America's population pyramid. You know, we're declining, but you don't see those big swoops like you do on Russians. And just to show that this is an issue for Ukraine too. This is Ukraine's. You know, they have the same dip as Russia because of USSR crap. They have the same dip and the same dip because it's Soviet Union, you know, war, drop down population, no war, no war, and then this current war. So Ukraine has a similar population issue as Russia, but Ukraine was taking steps to fix that before the war. Russia wasn't, and still isn't. Russia's only solution was a payout for having 10 kids. Where Ukraine was working on subsidizing kindergartens and daycares for working mothers, giving tax benefits to companies that have daycare set up for their employees. The paternity rights for pregnant women in Ukraine are phenomenal. Even for fathers. You can take maternity leave in Ukraine for up to 3 years as a mother. As a father, you have 2 years. So if you can afford it, you can take 2 years off, come back to your job and say, you know, think of how much of a boon that would be to family life to be able to take time off to spend with your kid growing up. Actually be there for the baby's first steps, the first word. Okay, I'm getting a little teary-eyed here on that one, sorry. So, yeah, demographics for Ukraine and Russia are not ideal. That's one of the things you're gonna have to look for in the war, but I wanted to point this one out, is, the population bulge for Ukraine is a little bit ahead of Russia. So like in the next 2 to 3 years, Ukraine will start seeing a significant increase in 18 to 20 to 30 year olds, where, see if I can, I can't go back to Russia, so Wikipedia. There's a little bit of an increase, but the significant increase isn't for another 8 years. For Russia. So Ukraine's going to start having a population advantage, well, reducing the population advantage of Russia and then over the next 2 years. It's kind of a stark way to look at it, but well, America's kind of far behind everybody else when it comes to workers' rights. I'd still have a job if I was in EU instead of America. I would still be allowed to work. My company would have had to make concessions for my disability, but they outright said that they won't. So, no, they'd rather pay me to not work than make a couple changes to the job that I could work. So, what I think is interesting is going through and reading the Kiev Independent, seeing what stories are important to them, compared to what stories are important for us. Okay, the hurricane, yeah, that's top news for us. Trump, illegally striking voters and urging Israel to stop shooting at UN peacekeepers. Those are our top stories. But Ukraine's, let me go away from the tag. Just go back to the main page. Integration into EU. Again, EU ascension for Ukraine. NATO. US ain't supporting us. They don't have. And it goes back to that. Perception of corruption. Yeah, Ukraine has corruption. US has corruption. Everybody has corruption. Oh yeah, non-union. If you even mentioned union at my job, it was termination just to say the word union. Oh, that made me lose my train of thought. What was I talking about? Crap. Does that count as a brain fart? Um. Oh, the corruption thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. People think Ukraine is more corrupt than it is because they put their corruption on the front page. They don't try to hide it and oh, you don't see it, it's not happening. No, they put it out there, front page, everybody to see. We're fighting it, we're trying to work on it. Where like ours, it kind of like hits the headlines for a day and then it just vanishes and you never hear about it again. So yeah, the perception of Ukraine, the corruption in Ukraine is much higher than it actually is because of that. Uh, well, yeah, sending more criminals to the war. So if you want to commit a crime in Russia, you just have to join the military afterwards. Does that mean every crime in Russia has a potential death penalty? So, anyways, that's the stuff I wanted to talk about and a little more. So, oh, I should have left that one open. Oh, I'll tell you right now, I would rather be in Ukraine than here in the US right now. In Ukraine, I could go into the doctor and get help for my back, or go to a therapist and get, a back massage to help relieve the pain in my back. My doctors tried sending me to a massage therapist here. My insurance company denied it. So something that helps me feel better so I can move around, so I can get exercise, so I can get healthier is readily available and encouraged in Ukraine. Here, no, they don't want to do it because they don't want to pay. So yeah, just on that alone, I hate to admit this, but I'm on pain medicine right now. I took 5 milligrams of oxycodone about 2 hours ago, and I'm still hurting. I didn't have when I was in Ukraine. Yeah, the first couple days I was hurting, but after I was moving around and got a massage and was able to manage my pain there much better than here, simply because of the cost of things. For $20, I was getting a back massage to relieve the pressure in my back. Where here, it's like $150 for the same treatment. And to try and get that covered by my insurance company, I have to go spend $120 on a doctor's visit for them to refer me to a massage therapist to get the massage. And it's like, wait a minute. not only does the massage cost more, I have to pay more to do it. And it's like ridiculous. Well, see, it's kind of a catch-22 where I'm at. I can go get like a regular massage, and yeah, it's going to be like 120, 140 bucks just for a regular massage here. But because of the injury to my back, and if I don't, um, I have to tell the massage therapist about it, and they won't work on me without a doctor's release. So I have to go, before I can even get a massage here, I have to go to a doctor to get a note to go to the massage therapist before the massage therapist will even touch my back. Well, yeah, because it's an hour drive into Mitchell from where I'm at to go to a massage therapist. So yeah, if I wanted to go get a massage here, I have to go to my doctor and get a doctor's appointment. It's usually 2 weeks, a week to 2 weeks before I can do that. Get a note from them saying, yes, this is what's happening. It just, you can do this procedure without occurring medical liability, blah, 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 blah. And then, so I have to pay $126 is what Medicare doesn't cover to get that note to go to the massage therapist to pay $140 for the massage therapy. So I'm looking at $250, $270 or so just to get a massage. Where there, yes, I have this problem with back. Oh, we know how to work around that. Okay. $20 and there's your massage. But we've made it so convoluted because everybody's so afraid of getting sued here in the US. It makes everything just a pain in the red tape. Um, I went to the spa, told them my problems with my back. They have a nurse it's kind of like a nurse practitioner at the spa. She looked at it. Okay, this is what you need to do. Told the massage therapist, this is what you need to avoid doing. Don't do that. Don't do this. That was it. And I went to the same therapist the whole time I was there. And that was it. No extra cost. Just, I've tried those roller massage things. Yeah, they don't work. Not for me, unfortunately. I wish they did. So, like even my medication, I had my thyroid cancer and had my thyroid. I took radioactive iodine to kill my thyroid. Um, so I'm on thyroid replacement hormones for the rest of my life. But every 3 months I have to go to the doctor for them to issue a new prescription so I can get my medication. My medication without insurance is $4 without a prescription. But because I have to get a prescription that says I need it, otherwise the pharmacy won't give it to me. I have to pay, it costs me $130 to refill my prescriptions every 3 months. In Ukraine, my levothyroxine is over the counter. And it's like $2 in Ukraine. So it's cheaper. I don't have to go to the doctor, and I can just go into any pharmacy and say, this is what I need. Oh yeah, I checked it out. Without medical insurance, I can get my medication in Ukraine for about $2 a month more than what I'd pay here in the US with insurance. The one that kills me is they put me on Farxiga. So per month, here in the US, you're looking at minimum, even if you shop around, of $353.61. In Ukraine, the Farxiga costs, I think it was 900 hryvnia, $20 without insurance. So, but like the big thing is you don't have, for maintenance medications like the Farxiga or metformin or levothyroxine, stuff you're going to have to take the rest of your life. They don't make you have to have a prescription for it. You can just take your old box in, show them your old box. Oh, you're supposed to be on this stuff. Here you go. And it's literally just the cost of the medication. Here, I have to take the trip to go see the doctor 20 miles away. Then I have to wait a day for the pharmacy to get the prescription, fill it, and then go take a 50-mile trip to the pharmacy to get my medication. And I'll show you what I had to do to get my medication when I was in Kyiv. Okay. This is the building I was staying in Kyiv. The pharmacy was right there. I had to do a 9-minute walk to go in there, show them my old prescription bottle, fill it, and it cost me about the same as it would be for my prescriptions here in the States. That's the thing, is even with, I do have mail order. For I get 3 months supply now. But I am still paying about $30 every 3 months for my prescription. So like $10 for my prescriptions. What's the name of the app in Ukraine? Tabliki.ua. So let's see if I can pull that up on the computer. So levothyroxine. I take 150s. There we go. A month's supply of levothyroxine. $3 and change. You know, my other medications, it brought it up to like $14 or something like that, maybe. But the thing is, you don't have to go. But then you can eat, like, okay. So they give you this map, and, you know, say you're, yeah, I was right in here. So, well, I could go to this pharmacy that's really close, or I could go a little bit farther and save 10 hryvnia. You know, or even save even more by going to that one, or even more by going to that one, or, you know, this is the kind of healthcare you have in Ukraine. The thing that kills me is, okay, let's go back here. And sorry, I'm trying to read the. This is a diabetes drug. It's a mixture of metformin and Farxiga. This is double the dose, and without insurance, it's $30 in Ukraine for a month's supply. This is double the dose I'm taking, so that'd be like a 2-month supply for me. Or actually, here, this is the dose I'm taking. So $20, $22 for a month's supply without going to the doctor. My doctor visits here in the US cost me $126. So before I even get my medication here in the US, I'm paying $250 a year for my prescriptions to see the doctor to say, here's your prescription refills. Or I can just go and pay $20 a month. And that's $240. So essentially, my medication would be cheaper my medication would be free in Ukraine because I wouldn't even be paying what I pay for doctor visits here just to refill prescriptions. Oh, shoot, I should have. App. Helps if I spell it right. Okay. So you want to look up your prescriptions in Ukraine? There you go. And they do it for so many other things. For vitamins. You want to take vitamin C with zinc. Find your brand. And pretty much every pharmacy has it for the same price. A lot of those people, it just doesn't make sense to invest time in. Well, and I found people hate doing research in general. So it doesn't matter what it's about. Um, so let's see. There you go. A knee brace. So $5. If you need a knee brace, there you go. There's 5 pharmacies in one little area. And depending on which one you want to go to, is how much you pay. So obviously you go to that one. But interesting little website. Uh, okay, that little place that I just showed you is kind of cool. Let's see if so. Let's see if here's the high speed tram. And there's the station for the high speed tram, and I lived off down this way. But you get off the tram, you come out this exit, and it's like a little I'm not going to say flea market because it's not, but it is kind of sort of a flea market. See if I can find a different. Okay, that's in one of the stores. But like, okay, this was a hardware store. Like a couple stores down from here, there's a phone store. Here, let's go on this path. So shoe repair. I can't read that good enough to figure out what it is. Sushi place. And there's a clothing store, Roshan chocolate, grocery store. I always love seeing these tractors going down the middle of a major city. Right here. So, a little burger shop. So, if I don't know if you guys can see the prices, but it's 122 hryvnia for, I think it's 2 patties drowning in cheese. So $3 for that burger. $3.50 for this one, or 3.25. Oh, and they have some good little food joints in here. You know, right here's that hardware store. Oh, but I mean that was kind of cool. And the other place, yeah, I thought was really cool. Here we go, Dnipro Market. Um, that's not the Dnipro Market. Neither is that. Yeah. Need a suit and tie furniture. But outside they had like little vendors for honey, for anything you really wanted. Eggs to fresh fruit and veg. And like this is this the stop for the high speed tram is right here. So like literally I'd get on the Marshuka right here, take the tram right down there, do all my shopping, have farm to table produce, and go right back home. And the biggest time sink for me was waiting for a tram that wasn't packed full of people. Yeah, mine's not as bad as yours, Blue, because mine is like 2,300 a month, usually with insurance or without insurance, I should say. But because I'm on Medicare, it cost me 1450 for 2 months or 3 months. I don't know what you mean, Sally. Steps to get into the trim? Yeah, that's. And you looked it up on that Tablica website, and it's the same over there. Oh, for me to get to the tram, well, it's basically there's a tram stop here and a tram stop here. So it was like, which one do I want to go to? So this was like a 9 minute walk, and this is like an 8 minute walk. It really depended on whether I wanted to get something to eat or get something to drink or what I wanted to do. Because my pizza place was right here, so I tried to avoid going to this tram stop if I could. Because I'd go by that pizza place and I'd want a pizza. So I walked this way a lot. And then, let's see. So 8-minute walk if you follow the streets. But like I'd come down through here and cut through here and then come down this way. So probably 6-7 minutes if I didn't stop in the park and that was right here and hang out for a minute. Then of course there's like this little kiosk right here. I'd get Zeleny chai, green tea, and I had to drink that before I go down the walkway and over to the tram stop. I'm learning with it. I'm trying to make it personal, but I'm also trying to get stuff out there that's not really being, I don't want to say advertised, but not, information is not getting out there about what's really going on. And I think it's a disservice to Ukraine to not say that, especially when you're talking about 3,700 artillery strikes a day, 146 combat clashes today, 600 kamikaze drones today. And, not to downplay what's happening in Israel or anything like that, but you're talking a handful of strikes a day, a dozen maybe, compared to this. And Lebanon is all over the news, but this isn't being talked about. That's funny, Steven, because I used to live in Arizona and moved up here to South Dakota. And everybody's like, why'd you move here? It's so cold here. Like, if you're cold, you can always put on more clothes. If you're hot, you can only take so many off before you go to jail. Um, like once you're on the platform, it's straight walking onto the tram. Um, nice and level. But getting to the stop, you have to go down the stairs. See if I can show you a picture. Okay, that's not a good one. This might be a good one. So, to get to the tram stop, you have to go down these stairs, down the hallway, and then come up the stairs to the tram stop. So, like one of the jokes I told people in Ukraine was stairs must have been a Ukrainian invention because they have them everywhere. Hey, Sekai. Like to kind of, if you wanted to get, because this is like a intersection of the high speed tram and the old city tram, which is above. But if you wanted to get to like the old city tram, you had to come up these stairs and go up here. Let's see if I can get to the cross. So, this is the old tram, and it's kind of kooky. It's an experience though, and that's a huge step up. The If you have bad knees, don't even think about getting on these things. But like you see the stairwells to go down. Oh, you can do Ukraine without the stairs, but don't plan on, like, you stay away from the bigger cities or major intersections, or take a taxi, because let's go here. Um, this is my where I stayed. I was on the second floor on the back of this building. That was my entrance. Oh, I get a kick out of this too. You know, early or late fall, early spring, late fall, early spring. But anyways, that was my door. So I came down the stairs, went to the grocery store, went back. That's all the walking I had to do. That grocery store had bread, meat, cheese, snacks, beer, soda, water, anything you needed. That was that's all I had to do. Well, it's like, but I'll go right down to it. Right here is a mini bus stop. Um, they call them marshutkas, and they're just little tiny buses. And get rid of that. So, like, if I wanted to get downtown, I'd walk here, hop on the marshutka, and for 8 hryvnia, or no, 15 hryvnia for the marshutka, which is like 40 cents. I'd hop on that and take that and go up this street, turn off over here, go up this street to this main street here, and the last stop is here, and that's the entrance to the metro. And they have escalators for the metro, and from there I could get anywhere in the city. Um, yeah, that metro line runs all the way out to here, goes into the city, and like within 2 stops, there's connections to the other 2 metro lines. Um, that line ran out here, across the river, and out here to Livosa. And this place was so cool because this is like a little bazaar. A little indoor shopping center with like tons of little different stores and fruit, clothing, dried fruit and nuts, like a little food place, food court outside. I mean, this was so dangerous for me because um, I went in and bought a kilo of dried fruit and ate half of it before I got home. Um, I didn't use Bolt in Ukraine. I used Uklon, Uklon, and it's really cheap to taxi around uh, Kiev. Because let's get rid of this mark. I don't know how to get rid of that mark. So I took a taxi from here. Odile, all the way out to here. During traffic, heavy traffic, probably took me a half hour to get there. You know, yeah, about 15 kilometers. I don't know what that is in miles. Someone will have to do the math, but that taxi ride was, I think it was 240 hryvnia. I gave him 300 for the with a tip. That's not even, I think it's 750. Yeah, 300 hryvnia is $7.50. Oh, the food in Ukraine is amazing. And like this was one of my favorite restaurants to go to, mainly because they had hard apple cider on tap. Yeah, and it was delicious. And let's see, high end restaurant. I'll tell you that right now. Um, There you go. Margarita pizza, $3. Um, Pepperoni pizza, $4. Um, see what else? What other menus I got here? Well, if you're the drinking type, there you go. Jack Daniels, 500 milliliters, $2.50. I'm not sure how that equates to an ounce for my fellow Americans. Um, oh, the mango. Oh, so it was basically cream cheese, rice, and like flavoring. Obviously, mango, raspberry, black cherry. But it was $1 for dessert. 75 cents for an ice cream. Um, Homemade tea for 75 hryvnia. That was one of the weird things in Ukraine that for an American, is they don't do the free refills. It's not all you can drink unless you get water. Um, banana milkshake for $2. So it kind of gives you an idea of what the prices are like. When I can afford to. I had a lot of crap happen to that took money, unfortunately, to solve. Um, I had the my dentures break, so that was $840 for a new set of dentures that I haven't got yet. Um, the transmission in my truck went out, and they were quoting me something like $4,800 to fix the transmission in my truck. So I ended up buying a new truck, well, new to me, a 2011 Chevy Silverado. So there was $3,000 right there. And it's like, okay, now I got to get all that stuff paid off before I can go back. And one of the other things I'm looking at before I go back. Oh, I want to do this because everybody gives me shit. Oh, you can't find houses in Ukraine for under $1,000. Well, here you go. So literally, the top end of the search is going to be 1,000 US. Here you go, 750, the top one. And it's not a huge house. There you go. There's a house for $750 in Ukraine. Oh, I'm loving it. There you go. Three-story house. Nice yard. Balcony. Nice bathroom. Second bathroom with a shower. Not bad. And again, that one's about $800. This one's right at $1,000, just under. So, house is a little bit rough. Has a barn. I'm probably have to replace the door and like the roof on the awning. A little summer kitchen, shed. 1, 2, 3. So like a 4-bedroom house. No bathroom. I'll tell you that right now. And it says 40 acres, but it's not 40 US acres. It's 4,100 square meters. So that's right around like an acre and a quarter for US acres. There you go. For about $900. How would you like that to be the view out your front door every day? Um, okay, I always like the bricked houses in Sumi. So again, this is like 850, maybe 900. The roof tiles are coming off, so it needs work, but what do you expect for a $900 house? Here you go, warehouse premises for sale. $1,000. No roof. Put a roof on that, turned it into a nice dorm. How much? Not even an acre. Never mind. Uh, so here you go. 2 cottages in a village by Nicopol for 500, like 550. Nice orchard, nice garden. Notice they don't show the pictures of the shacks. Oh, because it's only 2 garden plots, but hell, in the summer, just pop a tent. But 10 grape bushes, 5 cherry trees, 5 plums, 4 nectarines, 3 pears, 3 apples. Oh, that's a hell of a garden. Night blue. But they exist. This one's interesting. It's probably just the shell. Yeah, looking at it's just the shell. But that looks fairly new construction. And there you go. $500. So you can you can get pretty cheap in Ukraine if you really wanted to. Or you can go really expensive too. So I think Krishadik's like right around here. There you go, 500,000. This is what $500,000 gets you in Ukraine. So first floor, second floor. Nice view of the city. So there must be like one, two, like a couple buildings in that, or a couple apartments in that building. Nice little playground out front. Oh, they even have a video. Little lion on the wall. Oh, I would rather be in the small village too. Well, I don't even know. I can't even say that anymore. There's a reason I moved into the small town I'd moved into here in South Dakota. But after being in Kiev, I could live in Kiev. I couldn't go to like Sioux Falls. I don't think I could even do like Yankton or Mitchell that's only 15,000 people. But the thing that kills me though is yeah, there's 500,000 for that one and 180,000 for a one bedroom basically in the same neighborhood, but it's right next to the um metro line. I I don't get it. I know other people swear by getting a place right next to the metro so it's easier to transit, but like I said, where I was at, the Marshuka stop was right there. So I mean, literally walk out, get on the Marshuka, and that would take me to the metro, take me to the tramway, take me anywhere I wanted to go. And you know, 50,000 versus 180, 140, 200,000 for basically the same apartment. Well, I thought about like just going to the outskirts, but you're paying a lot for which is essentially a village house you can get anywhere. Oh, okay, maybe not anywhere because this has the bathroom. But let's see if I can pull up some of the village houses. So like Bilatorisk, right down here. It's about an hour drive into the outskirts of Kiev. Kiev, sorry. But you can find places like this for 10K. And it's not the greatest places. So yeah, that's an hour outside of Kiev. But then you can go house. You go a little bit farther away where it's like a 2 or 3 hour drive, and you start getting into houses that are like this one's 3,000. I always, I'm always going to be attracted to these red brick houses. It's just me. But like I love the little design they put in the brick. There's a cellar. I'm not sure what this was. Probably a smokehouse. But I'd be perfectly happy with that. I love when they have the videos. See, for me, this wouldn't be settling. This is like an ideal house. It has the gas line running into it, so gas heating, bonus. The that was the barn in the back. I'd love to see inside to figure out what this is, but with that smokestack, I'm guessing it's like a drying house for drying fruits and veg. You have a little garden plot there, the veranda entranceway. Oh, all those windows. Yeah, I'd have to hire a maid to come clean for me. And then the root cellar. I could not garden all that. That's a lot of area to garden. So, let me back the video up because pause. This is interesting. You can see on the house beside you, or beside this one, there's a stairwell going up to that. There's no access inside the house to get into this kind of like attic space, but a lot of people turn this into like an apartment for their kids. So like the kids' rooms are up there, and when they grow up, they still have privacy. And if they get married, they can move into there and until they can buy their own place. So, like you'd have to build stairs onto that. I would have to build stairs onto that. But oh, stop. So is that a big enough garden for you? I mean, that's to me, that's a huge garden area. Like the area for the house and the yard isn't that big, but I'm guessing some of that garden area is, uh, yeah, 27 hectares. I'm guessing it's 0.27. Oh, that's actually a pretty big house. Yeah, there's a well on the property. But I mean, that's 3,150 for that place, which isn't still isn't bad. Yeah, but a lawnmower and or a goat, one of the two. Here you go. Here's another place for 3,000 on half an acre. Again, the bricks got me. Oh, wait, go back. I have to go back. These chandeliers, Ukrainians love their chandeliers, and they're all like out of the 50s Art Deco type style, and they're so cool. I like them. Yeah, needs a little replastering on the wall. And there you go. Over here cooking your borscht and doing laundry at the same time. I will not do sheep. The shearing is a pain in the. Yeah, it looks like it's been abandoned for a little while and just needs some maintenance done. Replastering. You see this line? It's not a crack in the wall. It's basically, you see the light socket there? This is the where they cut into the plaster to run the power lines. And the plaster's just gotten old from the patch and fallen out. Ask me how I know that one. Yeah, see here's our ladders to get up into the attic. Got all the brick you need to expand. Again, I like it. And again, $3,000. So it all depends on what you want. Okay, apparently I favorited this one. Okay, that's why. I told you I like brickwork. Okay, hold on a second. The detail and the care that's been put into this building, and now I'm going to tell you that this building is just a barn. It's a place to have a cow and a couple chickens, and it looks that good. Yeah, maybe have to sand the floors or maybe just mop. Who knows? It doesn't look that bad. Pantry with a little bit of attic access. And every Ukrainian village house has this kind of cook stove setup. You put the wood in here, and this is like the ash clean out, and that's your cooking surface. And then the chimney goes up out of the house, but this is also acts as a heater for the house. Gas line coming in. Yeah, your root cellar. I'm not gonna watch another video, but So, yeah, anybody that tells you have to go and spend a bunch of money to buy a place in Ukraine just hasn't looked. Because that place, 4,300. And yeah, there are expensive places out there. This one was almost 50,000. But look at the landscaping that's been done with paver paths and garage, fenced yard, paved driveway, little fences separating the yard. That's a lot. Little guest house, seating area. There you go. Hammock to lounge in with an umbrella. Swinging bench. Oh no, that's not what it has a sauna. Sauna and a shower for when you're done with the sauna. Yep, there's the sauna. Oh. So I'm guessing this used to be the barn and it's been converted into like a guest house. Yep, this used to be the barn. And there's that Ukrainian cook stove again. Oh, you even got your own a little greenhouse. And there's your garden. Well, I sat down and figured it out. Um, Two people, well, I shouldn't say two people, two foreigners moving into a Ukrainian village would forever change the lifestyle in that village. Yeah, it better look great for 49K. But you have to realize like the average income in Ukraine is about 12,000 hryvnia a month. That's like $300. So if I went to Ukraine with my residual income, what I'm equivalent of five people, five average people in Ukraine for income. And that really doesn't work that way because most of my income would become disposable income in Ukraine. So that would be me hiring a maid to come and clean my house once a week. Hiring a lawn guy to come out and mow my lawn and take care of stuff around the property for me so I didn't have to do it. Buying toys and having people fix toys for me, like, a scooter or an ATV, or, when it was, again, it's like people do give me grief about going to Ukraine and being a tourist in Ukraine while there's a war on. Yeah, I was doing touristy stuff there. I was doing other stuff too, but I'm not going to go into that. But, I was paying rent on an apartment that would otherwise have been empty. I was paying the utilities, paying the trash pickup. So just me being there renting an apartment kept somebody from losing money every month because they had an apartment they weren't living in. And I was paying pretty high for rent for that area. I ain't complaining one bit because it was short term and you pay more for short term. But still, that was 1/5 of my income for the rent. That's nothing. I I didn't need to have a two bedroom apartment, but I did. I could have got by with a studio or 1 bedroom and paid a lot less, but who cares? Um, well, that's the thing is, for people do not understand how. I shouldn't say people, but some people do not understand how the economy works. That $300 that I paid to the owner of the apartment wasn't just $300 to them, because they were taking that money, paying, like paying the utilities, paying bills for that apartment, but they were also using that money to pay their own bills, pay for, get groceries, pay their mortgage or rent or whatever at where they were staying. So that money cycled not only once from me to them, but from them to other people. And then it cycles again to other people and cycles again to other people. So that $1,000 a month that I was basically wasting on tourist stuff in Ukraine is still cycling through Ukraine. I went to the Philharmonic a couple times. I went to the opera a couple times. Saw plays. Just spent money so people could afford to live. And that money just keeps cycling and cycling. And that's how the economies work. If money's not moving, and there's a lot of people in Ukraine that are nervous and not spending, not making purchases because they don't know how things are going to go with the war. So their economy's stalling. When I first made plans to go to Ukraine, it was 36 or no, it was 28 hryvnia to the dollar when I first started making plans to go to Ukraine during the war. When I went there, it was 38 hryvnia to the dollar, and now we're sitting at 41 to 42 hryvnia to the dollar. Their economy is hurting. Going there, spending money, yeah, you're a drop in the bucket, but you get enough drops in the bucket, you fill the bucket. Oh, did you see my short for today, Sally? YouTube, my channel, shorts. New chicken run's almost done. And here's a girl messing around. New chicken run's almost done. So yeah, that's what I was doing today, is working on the chicken run for my chickens. So Okay, it's getting late. I need to go to bed. So this was made for an intro for me, but I'm going to use it for an exit. And play it again, Sam. My view out my balcony. Lavra. And right down here at the bottom was the NAFO trucks, the Ferris wheel at the zoo, the view over Dnipro. Of course, Krashadik. So I'm really thankful that somebody made this for me, because I suck at making videos. And with that, I'm going to say good night. I'm going to go get a bottle of water, take my medication for the night, and go to bed. Good night, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. It's happy to have you with me. Stay safe, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow.